What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, before she gets her own series in the upcoming Disney Plus Ironheart, Riri Williams is going to show up in Wakanda Forever. We've already seen her in the trailer, and while I thought it was an interesting choice to go ahead and maybe cover some of her early origin in this film instead of her series, we now have a major update about a cameo from a certain character that sort of recontextualizes the entirety of that series and where it leads in a narrative sense somewhere in the line between tech and magic. And because that line is so ever finely tread by one Doctor Doom, it sort of seems like they're setting him up as the villain in that show as he continues to be grown here in Marvel Phase 5 before the eventual place in Secret Wars, the ultimate big bad there. I'm going to explain the Easter eggs for this and how it's all lining up in Marvel Phase 5, why the difference between tech and magic is so important, especially for Doom, and what's going on with Riri Williams. We will also talk about, yes, the brand new looks at her armor that are floating around the internet. No, I won't show those photos here because I want to stay in Marvel's good graces, but we're breaking down everything Riri Williams, brand new in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so first up, and this coming from industry insider Daniel RPK, 3 points about the upcoming Ironheart series: that the show will have crazy supernatural elements. The show will also be about the concept of magic versus tech, a bullet point that seems to be corroborated by a completely different source in FE Brazil, indicating that Agatha Harkness might actually end up showing up in the Ironheart show as well as a magic counselor to a character named the Hood. Now, when you take that information in context, then Ironheart will explore the world between tech and magic, and then you look at the slate at the end of 2023 going into 2024, Ironheart, Blade, and Agatha Coven of Chaos all set to come out right around the same time of year, which, as it pertains to the supernatural, definitely looks like it's got its own build-up going towards something. But before we talk about that, we have to focus on why in the world Marvel Studios would be so interested in exploring the line between magic and tech and where those two meet. Where those two meet is in a character none other than Doctor Doom. Now, for a second, I'm going to spare you guys the, well, this is where Marvel's going because Avengers Secret War, I know there's a little conjecture between whether or not Kang will feature past Kang Dynasty or whether or not we'll see Victor Von Doom in the MCU right around the corner in Wakanda Forever, but all the puzzle pieces have already been laid for this, and when you do a Secret Wars, you do a Secret Wars to lead to Doctor Doom. So as he waits for the puzzle pieces to fall with Kang and Kang Dynasty, he'll be right around the corner, and he's already setting that up now. Now, while rumors have him showing up in the upcoming Wakanda Forever, and that would easily set the groundwork between him and Riri Williams, a sort of confrontation that could continue on into her show, Doctor Doom is where magic and science meets because he is one that mastered both. He was on par with Tony Stark in the comics, a parallel in a lot of ways, but on par as far as how his tech worked and how intelligent he was. He could go up against the likes of Reed Richards as well, but also a master of the Mystic Arc. So just imagine it's Tony Stark, but he also had the power of Doctor Strange. That would be an insane combo. That's where you find Doctor Doom. And because they now are going ahead with introducing the Hood, that's already confirming that the magical element is there. Now, the Hood is not a very notable character. Shout out to my boy Straw Hat Goofy. He already broke it down pretty well. Anthony Ramos confirmed to be playing this character, and as he said in his own words, there are not a lot of reasons to care about the Hood other than the fact that maybe his cloak came from Dormammu. He also goes on to point out that he was a part of the group called the Cabal, which included Doctor Doom. Now, while I agree the Cabal is a group that included both characters, I think he probably would also agree with me that we're probably a ways off of that. That included a lot of other characters, and as they start to build this out, while we may start to see some villain collaboration, Doom, in my opinion, is going to be out for what's best for Doom. He's playing everybody around him at all costs, and that's par for the comics with his character. The ego in them is just out of control. He goes on to be God Emperor Doom, literally puts God in the name. You guys get the point. But they are now going into that place where tech and science meet to build out this world of Doctor Doom. And it's important to point out, we are in an entirely different time and place, pun totally intended, than where we were at the beginning of the Infinity Saga when Tony Stark started developing the first couple of marks. There's been several alien invasions in the world, so all of that tech's been disseminated. New civilizations like Wakanda sharing their tech and vibranium with the world, as well as new civilizations from other realms like New Asgard with their magic and their tech now on Earth. There are several places where all of this has probably been shared black markets or publicly on the internet. So as Riri Williams starts designing these suits, she has to combat a way different level now and has access to way bigger tech. It's not just about being in Wakanda and working with Shuri, but her own intellect and what's going on as well. I know these new photos have shown a much upgraded suit from the original promo art that shows what's supposedly her Mark 1, but you can just assume that as soon as she lands in Wakanda, she's going to have new Iron Man tech from Shuri, and as soon as she has access to that, well, then multiple marks are going to start to be developed, and that's where we're going to get a really nice explainer between what she's doing with her technology and what someone like Doom is doing with not only technology but magic as well, which is a great recontextualization of something like the Iron Man story, because you sort of have to think about tech now in the context of magical characters. For instance, the Iron Man Avengers storyline, they could actually fight against Thanos in the flesh one-on-one, but also fight against him in his crusade for the Infinity Stones, but he was a humanoid character that was relative in size. What good does Iron Man do against a character like, say, Dormammu, or even something like Galactus? There's insane power ramp going on in the MCU when you have Eternals, Adam Warlock, and Captain Marvel. And while yes, Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, they acknowledge Spider-Man, Daredevil, they're really a street level hero team. Daredevil obviously can't fight Galactus or really even Dormammu. The higher level of tech now that we're going to get in the MCU with Reed Richards is going to look to combat that on a level that actually is meaningful, and they're going to need it because otherwise they'll be left completely out of the fight and in the important moments when we lead up to God, King Doom and Secret Wars, when he's mastered both the tech and the magic. This is a really exciting time to be an MCU fan, and where Marvel Phase 4 might have not felt like they had any direction, and I'll stop being an apologist because of what happened with the delays to COVID, it certainly feels like now they have a very cohesive direction, building out both Kang and Doctor Doom at the same time, and it looks like Doctor Doom may be showing up just as much as Kang through the back end of Phase 5 here as we lead up to both Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, how hype you are for Ironheart, and where in the world you think we're going to see Doctor Doom next after Wakanda Forever and the Ironheart series. Which characters do you think he lines up best against, and will we see him in the first Fantastic Four film? We've got videos coming on all of it. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers. The next milestone is 980, which we could easily hit by this month's end or next. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, and iTunes under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.